Hello guys and welcome back to Sherry's. This is another episode of 6 months of me, whereby we are in month 4, and this month we are concentrating on self-discipline and maintaining and sustaining the habits that we have formed in order to form our new ideal self. And in this video I'm going to be sharing with you some few ways in which you can develop self-discipline and stick to your habits. So stick until the end and make sure you subscribe, like, share and comment so that I can hear your input about my videos, or if they are helping or not, because I'm so sure that some people will relate to me, and I'm happy that the community is growing, and let's keep growing and sharing. And yeah, I'm happy that you're here. So let's get into it. Here are ways in which you can build an unbreakable self-discipline. First of all, develop the spirit of willingness. You have to be willing to do the things that you have to do to become your ideal dream self. You have to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing. If you want to heal your trauma, you have to be willing to go inside. You have to be willing to remember all those things. So develop the spirit of willingness. Remove temptations. So if you want maybe to stop, maybe if you smoke tobacco or something like that and you want to stop, you have to remove the temptation. So same way to other habits. So if you want maybe to stop sleeping late, you have to maybe remove the temptation of sleeping late, which is maybe setting your alarm up earlier, as like an hour earlier than you're supposed to wake up. Have a deadline for your goals and consequences if you don't achieve them. Have an accountability partner. So those two go hand in hand. If you have a deadline for your goals and you have definite goals, like goals that are so specific, you will do this. Maybe you will wake up and drink your green tea, go to work out or something, go for a walk, go to work, something like that. Like if you have goals for that day, make sure that you achieve them, and if you don't achieve them, make sure that you have consequences so that they can motivate you to be disciplined next time. If you have an accountability partner, the better. Maybe you can promise them some money, and if you don't do that, you give them money, so next time you'll have the discipline of doing the habit that you want to develop. So develop it as a habit. So if you want something to stick, develop it as a habit. And if you want to learn more about habits, I can recommend Atomic Habits for you. That book is a good book for people who want to develop good habits and conquer their bad ones. So start small and change in micro shifts. The problem with us is that we think that we have to change all of a sudden. We have to change like in big amounts and big entities. No, you just start small. Start by maybe acknowledging the fact that maybe you sleep late, and start waking up maybe an hour earlier than you wake up. So if you wake up maybe you sleep late till 11, so if you want to start waking up earlier, maybe you can start waking up at 8. That's not a big difference. So if you want to start waking up early and you used to wake up at 11 and now you want to start waking up at 5 directly, that won't possibly work for a long time, because you'll get tired and you will drift back to your old habits. So start small and change in micro shifts. If it's the gym, start with 10 minutes and then go add in time and add in the exercise that you enjoy. Reward yourself. The problem with most of us is that we don't acknowledge our wins, our small wins. If you are allowed to reward yourself for your small wins, even though nobody saw you do that or nobody acknowledged it, you are allowed to celebrate yourself. So reward yourself and keep motivating yourself so that you can move forward and be disciplined even more. Forgive yourself for the mistake that you do and move on, especially if you're into routines and you create a routine. Sometimes it may be hard to fulfill all the things that you had in your to-do list, and you may feel bad, and that will demotivate you. So in moments like those, you have to forgive yourself and to move on, and to know that you tried your best, you did your best, and to try harder the next day. Read about and listen to content about self-discipline like this one. So whatever you feed your brain, whatever you feed your mind, that's what you will get in real life. So when you start reading about self-discipline, self-improvement, self-love, and start actually practicing those that resonate with you at that moment, because in this journey we are at different points at different moments, all of us. So you start practicing the self-care, the self-love, the self-discipline that resonate with you at that moment, then you'll get that you'll be more disciplined, and you'll actually be motivated to put in the work. So and put in the big rock first. So here is a hack whereby when the first thing you do in the morning is do the hardest thing that you have to do for the day. So maybe if you're lazy working out, so let it be that when you wake up, the first thing you do is you work out, and then you go ahead with your day. That one will help you build that momentum and strength, and knowing that you have already done that thing that you feel is hard for you for the day, then that will keep you motivated for the day. Know where you fail, know ways in which you succeed. It is very good to know your strengths and to know your weaknesses, so that people don't use it against you, okay? And so that also you know where you will build your habits and the change that you want to do. So if you maybe, let me give the example of sleeping again. If you oversleep if you oversleep and you know that's where you fail, maybe lateness is where you fail and all that, so trying to be early in most of the things won't work for the first time. So you have to develop the habit that suits your character, the habits that suits your strength, and the habits that will conquer your bad habits and your weaknesses. Identify and write clear goals. Visualize your outcome. It keeps you motivated. Get a mentor, the one I said, an accountability partner. Practice, fail, start over again. Like, it's a whole process. So just give yourself cut yourself some slack and be patient with yourself. So also, you have to stop fantasizing about your ideal self and start taking actual steps towards it. Like setting your alarm clock earlier, reading more books, working out, networking. Yeah, your dream self, take the necessary actions into becoming them. Like once you start doing that, you'll notice that it is so easy, and it has been easy all along. All you need is to take the first step, and to take a step forward at a time. Don't rush yourself. Your ideal self will only exist in your mind until you make the decision to change and become. So stop living in your head and start working on your goals. So there's something that I read on Atomic Habits that said there is a difference between being in motion and taking action. Being in motion is that whereby you're planning and strategizing and learning, and being taking action is enhancing the type of behavior that will deliver an outcome. So motion allows us to feel like we're making progress without running the risk of failure. Whereas action, you have to take the action, so you risk failing. I have to take the action of posting this video, so I risk not having views, I risk breaking my heart, but I risk it anyway, because that is the person I want to become. I want to become somebody who uses their voice to encourage people, somebody who uses their voice to heal people, somebody who uses their voice to actually resonate with a person. So you have to take actions to actually becoming that person that you want to become. And much better, like the battle of building better habit comes down to finding ways to reduce the friction associated with your good habits and increase the friction associated with your bad habits. So yeah, if you want to go to the gym in the morning, make sure maybe you plan your clothes in the evening. If you want to drink your green tea, a green smoothie in the morning, make sure the ingredients are ready by the time you wake up. That will be decreasing the friction. So thank you for watching this video, and I'm glad that maybe you learned something, one thing or two. Bye bye, see you in the next video.